Hi, Caitlin.
Hi.
Can you tell me how this week was for you and what you got out of it?
Whew. Well, first of all, this week was the coolest thing I've ever done. I've never done any kind of, drug or anything for that matter. And it was, what's the word that I kept describing it as? Amazing, unbelievable, and definitely the experience of a lifetime. I want to say it's life changing. I mean, there were things that I came in with like thoughts and, intentions and questions, but definitely got some, questions answered. And the first journey was, happy and exciting. I think it was the first time. And then the second one was just as like happy, but I think a little bit more scary just because of all those questions I had in the beginning and from the parts work and everything we did, it kind of like trudged up some emotions, but obviously if they're there, they have to be dealt with. So unbelievable. I will be indebted to you guys forever because just not only just the week, but like the practices we did, the people we met, and then just like the nurturing environment. I mean, I had like a little bit of homesickness because this was my first trip to Europe. It was just a first of everything, and I feel just refreshed and rejuvenated and just happy. And I'm like, I got this like energy, like the endorphins. So I'm so excited. I had the best week ever.
Do you feel like the intention that you came with was like answered? Did
Yeah.
you get the intention?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit broad. So I think I broke down in two parts, and I did somewhat of a part of my intention in the first journey, and then definitely my second intention in the second journey. So a lot was answered. I mean, and it all just came from me. So it's just interesting how like my own body and my own mind did it, and it just makes me have way more respect for like me and like my mind, my body, and like and how it's all connected. Like it's crazy. I mean, I knew like mind body connection, but this is on a different level. It's very cool.
What was your favorite thing of the week?
Ooh, that's a good question. Favorite thing of the week was definitely uh, I think it was like the mini sessions that we do in this room, like being able to be in a smaller environment in a comfy spot and just divulge or just express how you're feeling or whatever exercise we're doing, and nobody felt like the need to like kind of like shut down. I mean, everyone spoke, and even if they were a little timid or scared to, they still spoke. So that was my favorite part. And I have something else to say. I generally don't read, and a girlfriend of mine gave me a book to read because there was a chapter about, I'm not going to say it right, how do you say it, ayahuasca or
Ayahuasca.
ayahuasca. I read the whole entire book. I read the whole entire book from Sunday to Thursday, and I've never been able to complete a book that. So it had to have been the environment. It had to have been like literally getting me out of my element and making me just relax. And so that was like a way to go, kiddo. Just excitement and an accomplishment. So thank you.
Thank you. So this was your very first psychedelic experience. Was it what you expected?
So I really didn't have any expectations. Everyone that had done it before or that knew I was coming told me to keep an open mind. So I had nothing to compare it to. So it's more than I could have ever expected because it felt just like a dream to me. Like it's really hard to kind of just like put it into words because the first time it felt like this like wave of just like, okay, you're going to go to sleep, like this nurturing, just like, all right, let's do this. And like visuals were coming up. And then the second one was more visceral. So it was like my body like trembling and shaking and just like, pins and needles, like if your foot falls asleep. But all the sensations were cool. I mean, it was definitely like at some point I did know I was out of control and I had to just be like, okay, you got this, you're cool. And I love the eye mask. Like the light, I just didn't want light. I wanted it to be dark and I wanted it to just be like, okay, go into your body, go into it. So it blew my mind. It was definitely a very, very fun experience. And yeah, it surpassed all my expectations.
Did you like the group?
I loved the group. I did. You guys picked some great people, and I like how small and like intimate it was. But it also was fun because like we'd have like our own little like group of people, but then we'd all get excited when like you and Carrie would come in and we're like, oh, let's party. No, but I did. I have to give you guys credit for how you choose and the process you go through because then it also makes other people like, coming from different parts of the world feel very comfortable and very just like a family. It is like essentially a family. I mean, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I love what you guys did. You did a great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What would you say to somebody who is doubting if they should come or not?
If they were doubting, definitely to keep an open mind and, keep all of your other experiences, they could come into part just because you've had experience, but just don't be scared. Like, there's nothing to be scared about. I mean, you guys you bring us into it and you give us as much information that we need. The modules were amazing to have, but it's like it's not scary. Like, I mean, I feel like if somebody comes and they're very like rigid and just like constricting, that's going to make it even worse. I feel like you literally have to have no expectations, no like like notions, just go into it. And I think by the way you guys like help us meditate before, comfy clothes, keepsakes, everything that makes you comfy. I mean, that's what I did. And I used to get severely homesick. And if I was out of my element and out of like my environment, I would do just like that. I would just be very closed off and I wouldn't do it. So, the little things like our little stones and, helping us like, take crystals and just like being with us. I think you welcome anyone, into it. And they're just like, okay, I can release, I can do it. So yeah, I feel like keep an open mind, just be open to it.
Is there anything else that you would like to say?
I am absolutely enthralled and in love with you two. And I knew I would be before I came because I could tell it on this Skype call that we had. But a part of me is excited to go back home. A part of me is excited for my next trip. But I am so sad that I'm leaving you guys. And I hope one day in another lifetime or somehow I get to see you guys. But the place, what you guys are doing is unbelievable and it's going to change the world. And I think more people need to be doing this. I mean, you've definitely made me a believer and I want to do it. So I thank you guys. And I've got a very special place in my heart for the two of you. And I'm enamored by you guys. So thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.